All right, all right, all right. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic live stream for y'all today. Sincerely hope everybody's having a blessed one. The good doc is doing well. I have to get the chat open. I'm sorry, guys. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm pretty sure nobody's here yet, so it'll be all good. Ah, shit. There we go. Damn, James, what's going on, James Miller, man? Appreciate the love, bro. Good to see you back. Good to see you in the building. All right, man. We're here. We're back at it like a crack addict. Feels good to be home, man. I see my man James Miller coming off, man. I appreciate you coming through. I love the color blue, man. It's always been my favorite color. All right. So I appreciate you guys coming through. Like I said, I'm gonna give everybody a chance to come through and chill in the chat real quick before we get the show started. Because I definitely want to make sure that everybody is a part of the team, a part of the crew for this particular live stream today. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a great show. All right, official time check. We're looking at about 8:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which makes it about 5:43 p.m. for everybody repping that West Coast. Of course, it makes it about 7:43 for everybody in the central area, and then of course everybody in the Philippines 8:44 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Like I said, it's a chilly. Hope everybody had a blessed day. As you can tell, the good doc was back at it like a crack addict. He went straight to work. No time off, no days off. You know how the game goes. Got to make sure you make that money so when the trip comes around again, got a little extra bank to run with. And James Miller, I'm gonna make sure that I put those dollars to work, my friend. Appreciate the love. Shout out to my boy Mr. Smith. Appreciate you guys coming through and showing love. I see we got 5 in the building. I want to see if a couple of more are gonna be able to make it through. Before I share in tonight's topic, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be an awesome one, guys. I promise. Cause in hindsight, things that we go through, it's all about fun. It's all about the things that you talk about in passing and things that inspire me. So I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story that inspired this particular live stream. Just give it a minute and I'll go ahead and get into it in a few minutes or so. But if you guys haven't already gotten your copy of the BOOTYLOO Chronicles, you already know how to get it. Talk to the good doc and the email in the description here below. Amazon has it in paperback and definitely ebook form. And if you guys ever want to get a copy of it, make sure you check it out. That is the best book of 2019, probably the best book of 2020, and every year after that. IPA shirts, you already know how to reach them. Anything you guys need, just let the good doc know, and we'll definitely see what we can make happen, okay? But like I said, I'm not sure how many people are coming through tonight. Like I said, as long as a couple of us gather, as long as my people are with me, we're going to go ahead and make it happen because teamwork makes the dream work, okay? So today was my first day back at work, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So today was my first day back, and it was a good day. It was a good feeling, seeing familiar faces. Everybody like, damn, Mike, where you been? Like, yo, you're like, disappeared on the other side of the world. In hindsight, let me give you a little FYI. There aren't too many people that I know in my personal life that know that I have a YouTube channel, with the exception of my girl, with the exception of my close friend in the Philippines and people that I know in the Philippines. My people in the US, my US life, I don't really talk about my YouTube channel because this is where I come through to voice my opinion on shit. And sometimes the things that you say, everybody doesn't need to be made privy of, right? So everybody was like, damn, Mike, where you been and everything? I said, yeah, I was in the Philippines, man. I was in the Philippines for a while now, just got back, ready to get my work on before, end the year on a good note, right? So they were like, damn, it's like, yo, that's what's up, man. I hope you had fun and everything. I said, yeah, I showed them a couple pictures and shit like that. And everybody was excited. Like, damn, Mike, like the beaches over there look nice and all that shit. I'm just encouraging people to at least take a chance and travel every now and again. So, so what ended up happening was, shout out to my boy Lil Dax, man. You're from Spain, bro. Shout out to the people on the other side of the world, man. I feel you on that. Appreciate you coming through. But what I was saying was I was talking to a couple of the guys and shit, and my dude was like, yeah, he's like, he just got back from one of those Carnival cruises where they, what is it, on the Carnival cruise where You know, you go on a boat ride for like 3 days, you go to the Bahamas, Jamaica, maybe off the coast of Mexico or some shit like that. You know, it depends on the route in which you take. So I think he said he touched down in Jamaica, him and his wife. And I was like, damn, man, did you have fun? And he was like, yeah, man, it was all good. He was like, on these cruises and shit, all they do is feed you, always food, 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 24/7. And, you know, we had a good laugh about it. So he was like, yeah, when you touch down in like Jamaica or wherever he was, I don't know if it was Bahamas or Jamaica, he was like, there's a whole bunch of people trying to, you know, get you to buy shit. You know, when you're a tourist coming off of a ship, of course, when you step off the ship, hundreds of people are probably lined up, you know, trying to offer to get you to buy stuff. I don't know, t-shirts, keychains, all kinds of stuff to take back, you know, go to the duty free to get you some alcoholic beverages that you can't find in the United States and shit like that. So, you know, they were offering him all kinds of stuff when he got off the boat. And so my boy asked me, so my boy was asking our friend, he was like, did you spend a lot of money? He was like, nah, man, I ain't spent a lot of money. He said, shit, he said, I got to live when I get back home. And when he said that, it made me laugh, but it made me think too. Think about that in hindsight, ladies and gentlemen. When you go on vacation, you should always enjoy yourself, but never forget that you still have to live when you get back home. And that is what inspired this particular topic today. Enjoy your vacation, but always remember you still have to live when you get back home. So there's a lot of guys that'll go on vacations to spend a lot of money, do a lot of things, do a lot of activities, you know, live in the moment, go balls to the wall, live that you only got one life to live mentality. But yet and still they fail to realize that they still got to live when they come back home. I can remember specifically there was a it was in the chat just the other day. He was like, yeah, my boy go to the not to the Philippines, but he'll go on vacation for 2 weeks, you know, balls to the wall, but then spend the rest of the year trying to pay off the money that he spent on his trip, you know, working hard to pay off what he spent in that 2-week period. You understand? And I was like, damn, I said, it's kind of sad though, because you want to be able to enjoy your vacation. I mean, me too. I want to be able to enjoy my vacation. The way that I enjoy my vacation may not be the same way that you enjoy yours. Let me say that again. The way that I would enjoy my vacation may not be the same way that you will enjoy yours. The way that I enjoy my vacation, I don't want to call it penny pinching, but I'm very frugal and I'm very honest in what I choose to spend my money on, which is why I was able to stretch my budget for as long as I did. And of course, you guys know I told you I was doing work online while I was over there. So it's not as if I did not have income coming in. Was it a lot? No. It was just enough for me to be able to say, you know what, bam, I can take care of this, take care of that, and still have a little extra to play with. Sometimes I would save that, stash that if I didn't need it, and then I would go back to it, work a little bit harder, and then I have a little bit of extra. So in hindsight, what I did while I was on vacation is I was still working. But a lot of people, when they go on vacation, they just want to vacation. You understand? They ain't looking to work. They don't want to do nothing else but have fun under the sun. They want to be able to enjoy their life. But some people enjoy it too much. And I hate to say it, but those that enjoy their vacations too much without any, how can I say this? Without any recourse or without any thought process in what they're spending their money on and how they're spending it, they're just saying, fuck it, I'll work my ass off to pay it off. Means basically you're going to go back home in debt. If that makes sense. You're literally going back home in debt. Who in the world wants to go back home in debt? Who wants to go back home $10,000 in debt? You know, now if you've saved that money, and we talked about this in my 2-week millionaire video, salute to all my 2-week millionaires, live your life, ball out. If you save your money and you literally saved that money for you to go on vacation and blow it like no other, you know, then that's what you did it for. So there's no, you know, there's no recourse. You're not going to sit there and cry about it because that's what you saved that money up for in the first place, right? So that's not a problem. But for those that max out credit cards and do all this shit, they still fail to realize that they got to live when they get back home. Now, I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys got to say about that particular topic of conversation. Appreciate all of you coming through and showing love to the good doc. I see we got about 15 watching. I appreciate all 15 of you coming through, showing love to the good doc back home in the great state of North Kakalaki, living it up, having the time of his life, until I get bored and I need to go back to the Philippines. But right now, still happy, still, blessed and forever humbled to have you guys as members of the team, members of the audience, and members of everything that we have going on here. All right, so guys, make sure you get the likes up on the video. Make sure you caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. The good doc would highly appreciate that. If you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Now let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming and shout out my people in the chat. See what we got popping in this bitch. My boy James Miller, I appreciate you, from the great state of Indiana. Shout out to my boy over there. I am sorry about the Indiana Pacers. I wish that they would have beat the Boston Celtics, even though I like Kyrie Irving. But, yeah, I'm not a big basketball dude. My boy, Mr. Smith. Like I said, my boy, Lil Dex, all the way from the great country continent of Spain. That's what's up, man. No habla español, but I'm learning. I'm learning that because they do speak some Spanish in the Philippines as well. In some areas, more so in Zamboanga. But, you might be able to do fairly well in the Philippines because a lot of the Philippine language is derived from Spanish words as well. So big shout out to you, my boy, a Wahoo guy, not a Wahoo dude anymore. He says, based on your travel tip, Doc, I am not in Angeles right now where it is hot as hell. Bro, you gonna go to Angeles regardless, man. Don't. How can I say this? You're going to enjoy yourself regardless, man. And besides, you told me that there was a specific young lady that you were looking to talk to while you were down in the great city of the Angels. Okay, so don't sleep on it, man. Do your thing. I want you to have fun. That's the reason why you go to AC. You touch down in Manila. What do you do when you touch down in Manila? You get that taxi to drive you all the way to AC. So if that's your trip, that's what you do. Do your thing, man, because I know you're going to make it down there eventually. Don't get too bored because I'm afraid of what can happen. My boy, fellow traveler, he says yes to cruise, eating and drinking nonstop. That's what they told me. I'm thinking about doing a cruise too one day. But yeah, they kept telling me that, it's always consistent food and they always feeding you. You don't even get a chance to get hungry. They always eating. So I thought that was pretty cool. My boy, Frederick Mason, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. He says this message brought to you by the letters they see in the building. Thanks, man. The great state of North Kakalaki. My boy, Terry Edwards in the building. What's going on, man? Fellow traveler says, don't do like Dr. Mike and spend all of his money, then go home broke. Please don't do what I did. Don't blow the budget. The budget was blown, so I had to go home. Yeah, don't be like me. Don't be like Mike. This is the one time you do not want to be like Mike. All right. Shout out to my boy Eyes On, man. He says, did you bring your girlfriend back with you to North Carolina? No, I did not bring my girlfriend back with me at this time. It is... Hold on. I'm sorry. Something came up on my phone. Yeah, not yet. Not yet. Should follow up, but not yet. Let's see who we got. He says, when I leave, I'm only staying a month only. He says, I'm staying 1 month only and I'm taking $2,000. Oh, yeah, that's going to be more than enough. I mean, I think that your average foreigner, average traveler to foreign countries are pretty smart with their money. That's the thing that most people don't give a lot of credit to. Some foreigners are really smart with their money. Either they're tight, and they're very frugal about what they spend their money on, or they'll spend it, realize that the spending is getting out of hand, and then find a way to scale back. I can almost guarantee that, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I can almost guarantee that about 50 to 75% of foreigners that come to the Philippines, they'll blow their budget the first time around. I don't care if you're staying for a month or 2 weeks, whatever you set aside as a budget, you're likely going to blow it. Some people say, yeah, I was able to bring money back home, but on average, foreigners are likely to blow the budget the first time around because you see how cheap things are. You spend money like dollars instead of pesos. Remember, oh, that's 250 pesos. Oh man, that's nothing. That's just $5. That thought process kind of messes with a lot of people. They don't really understand it until they get to it. But yeah, that's pretty much how the game goes. Y'all, when you spend, pesos like dollars, or does it say dollars? Yeah, when you spend when you spend pesos thinking of it in dollars, it could definitely prove to be detrimental. Okay, so that's kind of how a lot of foreigners tend to mess up just a little bit. But I can almost guarantee you that once you start to see your your budget start to, you know, dwindle a little bit, you might tighten it up just enough. That's what I hope and pray for your sake. All right, so shout out to my boys. Anti-Gravity 74, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through and showing love to the good doc, aka the COO of the BOOTYLOO Investment Corporation. Don't forget that is still a thing, okay? I have cemented that and minted that as part of the crew. All right, he says, Oahu guy says it's easy for newbies to splurge in AC with so many temptations, but not in Davao. Very true. Davao does not give you the opportunity to splurge like you would in Angeles City. Angeles City, in my opinion, is nothing more than a tourist trap. But y'all still gonna go there. I'm not mad at you for going there if that's what you need to do to feel right. And again, I encourage every foreigner to at least get it out of their system. You can't hear all of these things about AC and not go check it out for yourself. Whether you hook up with somebody or not is neither here nor there. I think that you should say it just to say you walked Walking Street. It's almost like this, guys. This is what I want to do. This is my business plan. Okay? This is my new business, and you better not go stealing my idea. Okay? The good doc's been thinking. I'm like, at the top of Walking Street, right? There's this big arch and shit, right? So that's the beginning, right? So when you make it to the end of Walking Street, I'm gonna have a stand on the side, and I'm gonna make shirts. And on all of the shirts, it's gonna say, I survived Walking Street and Angeles City. And you know how many foreigners would buy my shit? Think about it. How many foreigners will say, would love to buy an I survived Walking Street and Angeles City t-shirt? Would you buy a Walking Street t-shirt? Press 1 if you would buy an I survived Walking Street t-shirt. If I set up a stand at the end of Walking Street. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna be rich. That's gonna be my business. I'm gonna have every foreigner buying I survived Walking Street t-shirts. It's not The Walking Dead, but Walking Street, all right? Clark Airport is closer to Angeles, very true. Fellow traveler, man. Yes, the good doc is definitely one to take a joke, man. You know me better than that, man. I laugh at myself. I don't give a fuck what people say. I love life, man. And, you know, some people are a little wild type, but I'm not the type. Not the type. My man E-Style says, so the good doctor does not prescribe that I ball till I fall. As long as you can get back up, okay? You can ball until you fall as long as you know how to get back up. You understand? Enjoy your vacation, but remember, you still have to live when you get back home. You still got to eat. Huh? You go on vacation, you enjoying the lobster and all of the above, but you got to go back home to eat and top ramen? Come on now. Come on, guys. You want to go back to Top Ramen? Trust me, that was college life for me when I was in the Philippines. Top Ramen and grilled cheese sandwiches and getting these 50 peso merienda meals at Jollibee and McDonald's. I mean, these are dollar meals and stuff. Going to the Carinderias, eating a meal for 25 pesos and shit. That was me in college. Not necessarily because I had to do it, but because that's what college life was all about, man. Saving and stretching a dollar. That was my thing. I made it work for myself. It ain't for everybody, but trust me, if you go balls to the wall on your vacation, I promise you, Top Ramen is going to be your new best friend. It probably already is your best friend, but you're going to be reintroduced to that lifestyle relatively quickly if you ball till you fall and you cannot get yourself back up. Oh, man. Eyes on, that's pretty funny. Yeah, you're tighter. Yo, you sound like me, man. I think we would get along very well. Oahu dude, yes, like I said, you arrange that driver for the 2,500 and then give him $3,000, boy. 3 grand. $66 a day is a lot of money. $66 a day in the Philippines is roughly over 3,000 pesos. So you're doing right. You are doing all good. Yeah, but actually, what you do have to take into account though is $2,000 over a span of a month is $66 a day. I didn't do the math. I'm trusting your math. But yeah, if you have a girlfriend or somebody that you're with, that budget, it should do you very well. I mean, $3,000 a day for the both of you is actually pretty good. I mean, there was a time when I used that me and my girl would probably do like 500 together. You know, that's with traveling, that's with eating and all of the above. So, you know, at the end of the day, when you live that life and when you put it in your mind that you're okay with, you know, scaling back a little bit, you know, you come out pretty well. My boy Malcolm in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through. Uh Fellow traveler says, AC I love, but I don't do the bars in the bar. Finds everything is good as there's always something going on. Very true. Outside of Walking Street, there's a lot going on in AC. And I do wish, I really wish that those that live in AC, excuse me, but those that live in AC, I wish that they would talk about the area of Pampanga. You know, talk about what's going on around Walking Street. It just seems like Walking Street is the place to be and the only place that seems to get a lot of attraction. I remember a couple of vloggers that may have talked about restaurants and stuff in and around Walking Street, but yet and still they didn't talk about like other activities that you could possibly do in AC, because in hindsight, maybe that is the only activity you could participate in AC. I don't know. My man Malcolm says, I went on Walking Street only twice and was everything people said it was, but good experiences nonetheless. I feel you, man. All the girls waving at you, telling you, come inside of some shit. Yeah. You gotta love it. My man says he doesn't bar fine, but I love to drink and shoot pool with the bar girls and G-strings. I lose my concentration whenever they take aim. Yeah, I probably would too, but it seems like a good time, man. It does seem like an awesome time. For sure. My man Jeffrey G says airport to AC and a taxi is too expensive. Take a bus, it's 173. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know, man. If you got the money to spend it and it's your personal ride, though, yeah, if you, like I said, if you got the money for it and that's your personal ride, like that's your personal taxi, you don't have to sit next to and feel all scrunched and bunched up next to each other. That might not be too bad for you to do the taxi if you can afford it. If that's money that you don't mind spending, that's pretty much all it is for me. As long as you don't mind it, do you think? He said, love original ramen noodles with actual chicken and broth. I'm telling you, Top Ramen gonna have to be your best friend when you come back. It's gonna be everybody's best friend when they come back from vacation. It just seems to be that way sometimes, but we do all right. He says, from Manila to AC, it is 2 hours. If you're lucky with traffic, 3 to 4 hours. Always plan to land on a Sunday. He said, I just realized how much more I actually eat when I'm in the Philippines. You eat a lot when you're in the Philippines. As a matter of fact, you eat like you ain't never ate before when you're in the Philippines. And it's weird, though, because, you know, I want you guys to enjoy your vacation, but remember, you got to live when you get back home. But what kills me is there's the 50% of the people who say, yeah, man, when I'm in the Philippines, I lost like 20 pounds, 10 pounds or some shit. Then you got the other half talking about how much weight they actually gained. And I'm like, damn. I was like, you have a 50-50 chance of either gaining or losing weight. And if you think about it, it depends on your lifestyle and the way that you actually conduct yourself in the country. If you're the type of person you love to eat your buffets and you're like, damn, man, I ain't never had a buffet this cheap in my life, what's going to end up happening is you're likely to eat there maybe once a week, maybe even twice a week, right? Especially if it's cheap. So that's where it starts. If you don't get out and walk and do something active that's going to make you sweat, that weight is going to pile on. But if you're like the majority of the guys that I do know who like to get out and explore, who doesn't mind riding jeepneys, who, you know, do that, really get around and like really like to walk around and explore, those are the active guys that you'll probably come across that'll say that they lost the 10 to 20 pounds. The person walking around with the sweat rag in their hand likely has 20 or 30 pounds of water soaked up into that little sweat rag that they keep on their neck and stuff. So at the end of the day, it does depend on your lifestyle. If you live that, what they refer to as a sedimentary lifestyle, you're probably going to gain weight when you're in the Philippines. But if you are active and you're willing to get out and explore and you're not going to cry because it's a little hot in the country, you'll probably be that other 50% that talks about how much weight they lost. And it's very easy to lose weight in the Philippines. All you got to do is stand outside. Fuck, all you got to do is walk down to the 7-Eleven and back, and you probably take off about a pound. Easy, depending on how far the 7-Eleven is from your place, and also if you're actually walking outside and not in an air-conditioned building. All right, but back to the topic at hand. Let me see what we got here. My boy Izon says Angeli seems great. Most of the girls on Walker Street look Blasian. Some of them are. Some of them have a very, very, very tan skin to them. Not sure if they're actually Blasian. Could be. Not sure. He says, yeah, but there are some. There are some there. I have seen a lot. I've seen more than a few when I went there, but that was a long time ago. Remember that. Fellow traveler says after a 20-hour flight, you don't want to take a public bus just to save 25 bucks. That's true. Like I said, at the end of the day, if you got the money to do it, just spend it. Like if it's not gonna hurt your pockets at all. If you literally planned to spend that $50 to get that taxi ride, saving it ain't gonna do nothing but just provide you more money for food or some shit like that. So if you already plan for it, just do you, man, and spend it. That's why I can't never really have a problem with that one. He said, why did YouTube lock out my... Oh, you locked your account? It happened after one of your live streams. Better watch what I say here. What did you say? I didn't know that you were locked out. That's gay. I mean, I didn't know that it was really that big a deal. I mean, there are people who say worse things in the chat than you do. So for you to get locked out, that seems a bit awkward. But, I mean, you can always be honest here. I mean, I don't care. But, you just have to do what you do. Yeah, Malcolm, I did see you indulging in a lot of Filipino food, killing that Jollibee Aloha burger, man. I thought that shit was kind of nasty, bro. I'm not going to front. Not a big fan of pineapples on my burger, but again, I know that they do that in Hawaii, and I bet you it's probably extremely tasty in Hawaii. I got to ask a Wahoo dude about that, but an Aloha burger in the Philippines, I'm not too sold on that one. If I do go to Jollibee, that you ate the what did you eat that I really like to eat? It's the palabok. Yeah, the palabok with the noodles and the egg and the chicharron on that. That's like one of my favorite things to enjoy when I'm in the Philippines. I hope that you had a chance to try the yama, the yakult, the little drink shit, and a rice caldo. I love a rice caldo. It ain't nothing but a rice soup, but it's really good with calamansi and garlic and the chicken and the chives and all that stuff. And shit fills you up, man. And I'm telling you, one thing that I learned about being around Filipinos, number one, they don't waste any part of the chicken, no part of the animal at all. If you're going to cook a whole lechon, they're going to cook the whole lechon. They're going to get the ribs. They're going to do something with the head, the ears, the snout, the tail, like they say, from the rooter to the tutor. Yeah, they know how to get it in. So, they're very, very resourceful with their foods. They don't even waste the blood. Think about that. The way that they make the dinuguan, however you pronounce that, dinuguan, with the blood of the pork and the shit in them, they don't waste any part of the food. So I got to have nothing but respect for people like that, man. And, it came basically from not having a lot of resources. And so for that, I've learned a lot living in the country. And, you kind of shit that you take for granted and whatnot, you kind of learn to, scale back on waste, in my personal opinion. I don't really have a lot of waste anymore, but the more you know, people, the more you know. Yeah, you do want to get the AC faster than Confer. Yeah, eyes on the whole Philippine trip and the whole Philippine vibe and what you do there. You definitely have potential to blow up. Like I said, I mean, anybody who puts out videos and content that people want to know about, you're definitely gonna get people to watch you, at least, and subscribe to you at the end of the day. It kind of worked in my favor as well. I think that I came out relatively well from where I started from to where I am before I came back. I owe that all to my time in the country, and I owe that to being able to share in the experiences, making the videos and stuff like that. That all came as a part of, being in the country and being able to show at least my lifestyle in Davao City, more specifically. My man Smooth Riffs in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through. My boy Jeffrey G. 3,000 minus 173 equals 2,800. That's about $56. Not bad. Okay, never mind. You guys are talking to each other. My man Malcolm said, my lady insisted we walk most places, especially walking distance, but I was cool. That's the truth, man. If you got a girl that's willing to save your money and walk with you to places so that you ain't got to walk, so that you don't have to, take taxis and take shit like that. If they're willing to walk and show you places and not complain about how hot it is, seems like a good catch, man. Seems like a really good catch. And as a matter of fact, Malcolm, you kind of solidified your whole thing, man. I mean, we've had conversations before about, you know, the long distance, the online thing, the back and forth and shit. But in your case, it worked out for you. You know, everything seemed to go as according to plan. And that's pretty dope, man. That's what's up. So I'm just saying that you're one of the very few success stories of online relationships working out in the whole nine, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. My man Wahoo Dude says, yes, you need to exercise. Booty doesn't burn enough calories when you only last 3 minutes. You better give it the best 3 minutes of your life. You better make sure the AC is off. Got to make sure you turn off the air conditioning, make sure it's about 90 degrees in there, and that 3 minute might actually get you right. Jeffrey G says, I still save over $40 taking the bus, but like I said, I just don't mind the trip. All right. Shit. All right, guys, give me a second real quick. But anyways, like I said, man, how many people we got watching right now? We got about 21 watching. I appreciate all 21 of you coming through and showing love to the good doc. Definitely make sure you guys get the like us up on the video. I would highly appreciate that. If you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Nayan Den. Well, let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Talking about enjoying your vacation, but remember, you always have to live when you get back home, okay? We don't want to be living on top ramen. We don't want to be doing none of that extra stuff. We definitely want to enjoy our vacation and enjoy ourselves, but we don't want to go broke in the process. That's pretty much where we're standing at this particular moment in time. And again, I'm enjoying my time talking with you guys. I'm getting it in. Let me see what we got here. Shout out to my people in the chat. I'm going to check that. Fellow traveler says, I took the bus one time in Manila from AC and it was a nightmare. The driver was stopping to pick up every single peddler. A 2-hour bus ride took over 4 hours. Damn. He said, love pineapple. Shout out to my polyprosis. That's what, Polynesian. I got you. Oh, it's not pineapples on burgers, it's on pizzas. There you go. Yo, Malcolm, I told you, man, Yakult is specifically to help with digestion and to help with bowel movements. I told you that stuff will do you right. If you don't know what you're doing, you might want to be careful, bro. You might want to be careful. I didn't know it had you messed up like that, but Yakult ain't nothing to play with. My boy Deadly Miss in the building. What's going on? He says, I enjoyed my 3-week vacation in Makati. I'll most likely end up buying my condo there when I retire. Makati is actually a pretty decent area. It's nice. It's that mix between, you know, that Philippine life and also the lifestyle of, you know, some American amenities and stuff like that. So it's really pretty decent there. If you want comfort, try picking up a larger caramel cushion for the pushing. You stupid, man. I can't play with you right now. My boy Fellow Traveler says most Filipinos don't like to walk in the heat. Yes. So if you do find one that's willing to take the heat and sweat it out with you, she might not be that bad after all. My boy Derek F in the building. What's going on, family? He says working, but I told my girl my budget is $500 a month, and she is super cheap. She says she can have the rest left over. Yeah, I know some girls that can make it work. That's the beauty of it. When you tell your girl that your budget is $500, $600 a month, they say, okay, so that's roughly $25,000, $30,000. Okay, we can spend on this for our food. We can spend on this for our travel. We'll eat in most nights. And if we have anything extra, we'll save it for the whatever. Most girls will do that for you. They'll budget it out for you. That doesn't mean that you give it to them to budget it out for you, but most of them could probably give you some pretty good numbers. So, you know, you just have to be careful with who you're choosing to be with. And sometimes these are the cues that you look for in certain women. The ones that'll walk with you in the heat, they'll suck it up and take it. Those that'll be willing to help you save rather than contribute to helping you spend more. Let's see what we got. She has her own passport and makes enough money to put food on the table and clothes on your back. That's kind of the girl you need, man. My man Car Hauler. My boy Rob. I haven't talked to him recently, but he was on the show probably about a month or so ago, maybe a couple of months. He's trying to get into a new industry over in the Philippines, the new job industry. He still works the call center gig as far as I know. he comes in every now and again in the chat, but most of the time he's I think he's trying to infiltrate a different industry while he's in the Philippines, finding a place to get more money in and do his thing. So I think he probably scaled back on his YouTube content, and I think he's more focused on that. Oahu guy, if Mira posts a video, if I reach out to her in email, we'll see. She can always say no. Let's always remember that. She can always say no. I would love to get her on the show. I told you I wanted her on the show. I would love to get her expertise on certain things, but there is likely to be some controversy. I don't know what it was about the video that I posted about her and her opinion on Black Americans. Let me say something real quick, because there were a lot of people who made comments that were kind of offhand, and most of them didn't make it to the channel. I'll tell you right now, every comment that came on that channel needs to be approved by me. And if I think you just talking shit or you just feel like being a dick about some shit, I'm just not going to let you post it, right? So there were a couple of comments. People were like, gosh, you don't know what she's talking about. Some people were saying this. Some people were saying that. And then people were trying to justifiably, in a logical way, explain why she said what she said about Black Americans and stuff in the video. And the point that I was trying to make that everybody seemed to overlook was the simple fact that she made a comment in that video that she did not need to make. Okay, she made a comment in the video. If you guys remember the video, the fellow traveler, the video that I did, you should scroll back. It's her picture is the thumbnail. Okay, here's what happened. Here's what happened. So I was asking people, why did she make the comment that she made in the video? Y'all remember what the comment was, because that's where I stopped the video. And I was like, there was no justifiable reason for her to make the comment that she did. I mean, Filipinos, they'll never say anything bad about another race, whether they don't like that race or not. Very true. I understand that. But the comment that was made in the video was a comment that need not be made. There was no justifiable reason for her to say what she said. What was it, to make Black Americans feel good about themselves, or what? There was no need. If you don't care for a race of men, or you don't care for a lifestyle of men, in hindsight, if that's what you people think, why would she make the comment that she made? Because she did not need to make the comment. And that's where people failed. That's where it kind of went over people's heads. Like, why would she say that for? Why would she say, oh, I heard this, and this? But I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, and I'm not saying she's 100% correct. Come on. I mean, fellow traveler, don't get it wrong. I mean, with all due respect, everybody's entitled to an opinion. I'll leave it at that. I respect yours and I respect hers. And yeah, she probably, in hindsight, may know, may not know. That's not my business. That's not for me to tell, But hey, it was what it was at that time. Makati is a great place, though. You guys are right. Longest bus ride of my life was Tacloban to Manila, and ain't never going to do that again. Oh, that sounds horrible. That sounds like a worst ride I've ever heard. Everybody. But yeah, guys, like I said, man, I'm not going to talk about it, but that was just the way it was. I don't want to get into the whole topic of race. That's way outside of my wheelhouse. I just don't care for it like that anymore. Hispanics and Black Americans, Trump approval ratings keeps inching up. Democrats are so desperate that they're going for the prisoner's vote to make up for the loss in voters, man. Well, I think I think some people said some things recently about there was a little snafu with the voting party aforementioned. I don't know what was going on, but they said they made a mistake on TV and it's kind of costing them. But yeah, whatever. Not gonna do that one. I'm not touching that one. That's Mike don't do politics. Leave it alone. He says, I like Tacloban City too. I've never been to Tacloban, but I've heard a lot of people say, it's not bad there. So I'm thinking that it might be a place that I may consider visiting down the line somewhere, maybe soon. But yeah, man, I'm just having a good time. I see we got 21 watching, man. I appreciate all 21 of you coming through, showing love to the good doc. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. The good doc would highly appreciate that. That is the reason why it is called the like button. It wants it, it needs it, it fiends for it. Okay, appreciate you guys doing that. And if you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through, spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Now let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Again, enjoy your vacation, ladies and gentlemen, but remember, you always have to live when you get back home. I enjoyed my vacation, but yet and still, I still have a, well, I wouldn't say it was more than a vacation. I enjoyed my time away. I will say that. And I definitely made sure that when I got home, the boy wasn't on welfare or some shit like that. I made sure that I wasn't in the line, in the unemployment line and shit like that. I made sure that I was good when I stepped back into the great United States of America and back in the great state of North Carolina. Bruh, that look. don't see, I'm not going there. That's the point I'm trying to make. See, nobody looked at that point. Everybody just said, man, the comments that were negative. Man, she don't want y'all. Fuck that. Man, she don't want y'all. Man, you don't know what y'all talking about. Then why do you make the statement for? I don't care what you heard of somebody or what you heard. Why are you going to repeat what you heard if you don't actually find some curiosity in it? But I don't know what I'm talking about, though. I'm just a dumb motherfucker who just makes videos, right? I'd rather be dumb. It's hard to convince people you're smart, so just let them believe that you're stupid. And I believe that I'm just going to let y'all think that I'm dumb because I don't know what I'm talking about. Oahu guy, I'm an independent contractor, man. I work when I want to. When I'm here, when I'm back in the United States, I do my shit's independent. So I basically work under contract. Whenever I sign my contract, I tell them how long I'm gonna do it for. We would negotiate there, and that's it. That's pretty much how it goes. It wasn't really so much sabbatical as it was I work as an independent contractor. So when my contract is up at the time, that's why I was able to stay away, but I don't lose my job. The only way, honestly, the only way that you could lose your job is if you don't fulfill contract obligations within a year. Like I would have to be going a whole year and not fulfill any contract obligations. But if you guys remember, that whole year until I left, I worked. So when I left and came all the way back here, had I stayed gone until I left the last time last year, then there would have been an issue. But like I said, I just have to fulfill obligations at least within a year, whatever they ask me to, the bare minimum, if I want to, and that's kind of what we're doing now. Alexandria Cortez. That's cute. Sam Juan, what's going on, man? I ain't about to repeat what I missed. Y'all be all right. Man, reparations, man. That's a whole topic of conversation for something else that I ain't ready for, man. That is a Pandora's box that I ain't touching. Pandora's box gonna stay closed on that one because I don't feel like it ain't popping. You feel me? But yeah, we doing what we do best, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, man. I just enjoyed spending a little bit of time with you guys tonight. Not going to be on very long. I just wanted to come through and talk a little nonsense. If you guys have anything you want to talk about real quick before we shut it down, by all means, please make sure that you hit me up. Let me know what you got going on in the chat section. I'll definitely make sure that I answer the questions. Just give me a minute. I got to take care of some stuff real quick while I'm working. I'm still here, guys. I got to read something. I'm sorry. Chicken. All right. Well, when they legalize weed, yeah. fellow traveler, it's not legal in the Philippines yet. It's passed Senate. I think the House of Representatives needs to pass it, and then I think one more governing body or some shit needs to pass it, and then it should be legal. As long as everybody says yes, but it's not legal yet. Not yet, people, not yet. But eventually it will be. I kind of feel like there's too much money on the table for them not to, there's too much money on the table for them not to allow legalization of marijuana in the Philippines. I would be lost and pressed to see them actually say no to it. Then again, they could say no. Don't get me wrong. They say no to the weirdest things sometimes. They said no to the reproductive health bill, I think. And all the reproductive health bill was going to do was allow people to get access to prophylactics and condoms and, family planning and shit. That was all the reproductive health bill was going to do. Yeah, probably abortion too, but that's neither here nor there. It was supposed to help people with family planning, but they said no to that. So they say no to the craziest things. Shout out to my boy Rain, man. I see you in the building, family. Appreciate you coming through and showing love to the good doc, man. For sure. Marquise, you got your medical marijuana card. I know you didn't get that in the great state of North Carolina, not this red state. Nah, I don't think that. I know it ain't legal here yet, but that is what it is, family. Mr. Smith says, Dog, do you ever get people pointing at you with their friends, smiling and laughing at you? Yep, I've had that happen before. And I was with my girlfriend, and it was so funny. My girl mean as hell. Y'all think that I call her the mean princessa because it sounds good. No, that motherfucker mean. And I mean mean. My girl, I made her tough. I had to. We were in the mall. It was Gazano Mall of Davao City. Let me tell you exactly what happened. So, like I said, there were these people apparently smiling and laughing at me. I'm pretty sure I'm the butt of somebody's joke because I'm the foreigner and I look the way that I do. Maybe they want to know why I'm bald or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they want to talk about how black he is. I don't know why they smile, laugh, and shit like that. But I've had it happen before. But the time that I was with my girlfriend, she mean as hell. She stared them down like she'll fight. She'll fight if she wants to. That's the funny part. She'll throw hands. She took boxing lessons. I never told anybody that. But she was smiling. She was looking at them and she was mugging them. I mean, she's a Filipina, so she can mug other Filipinas and whoever they are that had the issue with me that I did not see. And she was giving them the middle finger and the whole nine, man. She's a tough cookie, man. So, at the end of the day, I've had it happen, but when my girl's around, she kind of regulates that for me so that I don't have to. I'm more of a I'll let it go because it doesn't really bother me type dude. Because at the end of the day, they probably still going to be some broke motherfuckers and I'm still going to live my best life. So that's kind of the way that I look at it. Y'all can smile, laugh, and giggle all you want to, but my pockets tell me something totally different. And because of that, I kind of let it go. So, yeah. I kind of let it go. But I've had it happen for sure. But like I said, my response to it is different than my girlfriend's. I let it go, but she does not. My man Corey McDuffie, man, what's going on? He says, "Are you going back for a long stay?" Yes, I'm not sure if the stay when I go back will be longer than the one that I already had. We'll see. Maybe not. But we're definitely going back. So season 2 is gonna be great. Season 2 is gonna be awesome. Season 1 was kind of a pilot thing. I just wanted to feel my way through it, see what people liked, see what people didn't like, see what people wanted to see what people or the content people wanted to hear about. That was kind of a filling out period. Now that I got a general idea of what I want to do, season 2 is going to be awesome, man. I put everything that I have on it. Season 2 is going to be awesome, and season 2 is going to be my tipping point. So yeah, I do plan on going. Maybe not as long as I did now, but we're definitely going back. And thank you for the good luck in North Carolina. This is my city. It's been where I grew up, so this is home for me, man. And I live in that small little city that too many people may or may not know about. But hey, this is me. This is home for me. Nah, fellow traveler, you're right. Medical marijuana cards are not valid in the Philippines. Not happening. And besides, you can have it, but at the end of the day, where are you going to go to get your marijuana? They don't have dispensaries. You can't just walk up to a dealer on the street and say, yeah, man, I got my medical marijuana card, so hook me up. It's still a drug deal, and a drug deal is still bad in the Philippines, no doubt. Buffalo sick, I am too, man. Reparations for bad parenting. Vince, you asked me, do I think that President Duterte will legalize marijuana? Well, I'm going to tell you a quick story. And some of you know this, some people may not know this, but the president is very good friends with Gloria Arroyo. Some of you are probably looking at me like, who in the hell is Gloria Arroyo? Gloria Macapagal Arroyo was the president of the Philippines before the last president of the Philippines. Before Duterte, it was Benigno Aquino III. And before her was GMA, I'm sorry. So he's very good friends with her. And why do I say that, or why is that important? Because she is a medicinal marijuana user. Like, she uses it for chronic pain or whatever it may be. So she uses medical marijuana. She can't use it in the Philippines, of course. She probably gets the treatments and things like that. But because the president is friends with the former president of the Philippines and current, I think she's a congresswoman or like a governor of some small little area, something like that right now, I think that he will be more open to it than a lot of people think. I believe that he would be more open to it. And I did come across an article. I'm not going to quote anything from the article because I don't know exactly where I got it from. I mean, I know it was somebody who sent it to me, but I don't remember exactly what was said verbatim, so I'm not going to quote anything from it. But there were talks about him and, of course, his daughter, who is the mayor of Davao City, probably the future president of the country. I'm going to just say that right now. Talks about their openness. There were talks about how open he was to the idea of. Now, will he do it? He can always change his mind, but if you have somebody that you're close with that needs it and uses it, why not find a way to make it beneficial to the Philippines in one way or another? One thing that I do not like, and one thing that may be a fear, and it's probably a very valid fear, is the, how can I say this? It's the misuse, or how people got marijuana cards in the United States just to have it. He probably doesn't want that to happen per se. So he's probably going to try to find a way to cut down on people getting it who don't actually need it. Okay, he's going to find a way to do that. Get rid of people or crack down on people who have it but don't need it, That's what I'll say. Rayman says, I went to a dispensary in California this past week and I saw about 100 different kinds of weed varieties. They call them strands. I'm not ready for that. That loud and proud, I ain't ready for it, man. I'm not ready for it. I ain't ready for that, man. I can't. I can't do that. We're not gonna do that. Buffalo sick. My girlfriend is dude. Like, if somebody looks at me, she don't like it. She don't like it at all. Like, it's actually, let me take that back. If you look at me, she don't care. If you stare at me, it's a problem. She don't care what you look like. She don't care how big you are. She gonna throw them hands at that ass because she mean. She is mean. Y'all do not get it. My girlfriend got the resting bitch face on lock. Like, she will stare a hole through you. She stare a hole through me, and it make me feel a certain kind of way, and that's mine. She ain't going nowhere, So when she stare a hole through me, and it made me feel uncomfortable, yeah, she has a tendency to make other people rethink their life choices and stop fucking with me. So that's the type of girl you need in your corner, man. She'll have my back whether she likes me or not. Whether she hates me 1 minute or not, she got my back, and that's the kind of people I need. I need around me. But yeah, them assholes don't stand a chance. If she's with me, it's a problem. Sometimes I do it myself, but I'm not really the type to confrontate, especially in the Philippines. I ain't trying to get kicked out. I just want to enjoy my best life. IT guy. I don't know how that's possible. How a lady dude can convince you or trick you into hooking up with them. I've never known how that's possible. I mean, you have to tie your little thing around some shit, tuck it in. Probably if you flip it up and tuck it into your belly button, and then you go straight to the booty. I guess anything's possible, man. But I've never known anybody to try that with me ever. Nah, that's just crazy. But if it's happened to another dude, I would be interested to hear that story. There you go, Marquise. Got to get it in the places where you're allowed to, because ain't no way in hell North Carolina go give us that. Fellow traveler says you should do a video on the future of your relationship in an LDR, how it can be managed while apart. I did a video on that when we were apart before. It probably wasn't as great as probably another one, but we can see what we can do. They believe long distance relationships don't work, but I have time. My biggest advantage is time. How much time we were together before we were apart is my only advantage. I mean, if you really want to know the truth, how much time we actually spent physically together in the same location before we separated is my only advantage. That's what keeps everything into perspective. The fact that we know each other inside and out. I like to believe that I know my girlfriend better than anybody in this world, and I like to believe that she knows me probably better than anybody else. So because of that, it's kind of like I know when shit's getting shifty, so I can sense it, and I think that she can sense it too. So as long as we maintain that focus on what we have, I don't really think it'll be a problem. But in hindsight, the majority of long distance relationships don't work. They truly don't. But for some reason, we make it work. Mr. Smith, I had a girl say that to me too. I had a kid say that shit to me. That shit threw me off. I've never heard of a child, probably about 5, 6 years old. Hey, Joe, what's up, my nigga? Oh my God. I didn't know how to respond. Didn't know how to respond when I heard it. I was like, wow, did this child just call me the N-word? Yes, that child just called me the N-word. I had a child do it. It threw me off, man. But I don't know, man. My man said she sounded cute saying it. That's funny. That's funny. Oahu guy, flight attendants spend all their time around the world. So I'm pretty sure that was going to be a rough one to try to hold on to. I wouldn't say it was a waste, but it was a lesson learned. It was an experience. Long distance relationships are definitely hard. I ain't going to sit there and act like that shit easy, though. Trent Knight, I'm gonna take you up on that one. I'm gonna check that out later. Yes, Raymond, I am back in the United States. I've been back since a couple days now, probably about almost a week-ish, something like that. Right. Like I said, fellow traveler, no time was ever wasted. You were just learned. You learned your shit. San Juan, you are absolutely correct, man. All the drug dealers in the Philippines, they either dead. Some of them made it to jail, though. Some of them actually did make it to jail, or they definitely went straight, man. Well, in hindsight, long distance relationships are good as long as the relationship with who you have is good. If it's volatile, if it's non-trust, if there's trust issues and shit, it's just not gonna work, guys. There's just no way you're gonna get that to work at all. My boy Buffalo Sixer, the dirt they told Canada's Bellerin Trudeau, he can take back his dirty diapers and eat them. I did hear him talk shit about old boy, man. I'm telling you, man, the current president of the Philippines ain't nothing to play with. I'm gonna leave it at that. She is. Yes, you know what, Raymond, you're right. She holds the House Speaker position, but I also think she's the governor of one of them little city areas or some shit like that. I can't remember where, but hey, he said New Rivers Air Station, Jacksonville, North Kakalaki. That's what's up. GMA is currently the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Okay, but she's also a governor, ain't she? Ain't she something else? Like she's kind of one of those local politicians too. I thought she was, but I don't know. All right, guys, man. I'm just reading the comments. Everything seems to be on the up and up. I'm going to go ahead and get my shout outs real quick. So if you guys have anything to add, leave it down here at the bottom. I appreciate all of y'all coming through, showing love to the good doc. Like this video on your way out. Definitely show some love to the good doc, all right? Okay, IT guy, yeah, that was an issue. Now, timeout. Okay. IT guy, I know the guy you're talking about. He did say that girl, lady, man, guy tricked him. No way in hell. No way in hell. He did it. He did it. He did it, and he did it willingly. I can't see him being tricked. I'm sorry. That is a topic of controversy or whatever, but I don't think he was tricked. I'm just going to be honest. I think he knew about it. I don't know if somebody told, if she snitched, if she had a picture of him or something, but in hindsight, he was doing that on the low. He didn't want nobody to know. Maybe it was about to come out, and he just said, yeah, he knew, man. San Juan, you about where I am, man. There's no way in hell he didn't know. She tricked me into that shit. No way in hell. Not believing it. I am a non-believer. But shout out to my boy San Juan. I see IT guy. Thank you for the participation in the chat. My boy Malcolm. Ed, I see you in the building. A Wahoo dude. Appreciate you coming through. My boy Rain Man. Always smooth riffs. Mr. Buffalo Sick. Appreciate you coming through. Fellow traveler. The homie Trent Knight. Duke fan in the building. My boy Mr. Smith. Appreciate you coming through. The homie Marquise the Great. Much love to your family. I know my boy Brian S was here. My man Vince 224. Appreciate you coming through. Corey McDuffie. Always a pleasure to see you in the chat, my G. Thank you for being a part of the team. Once you're a part of Dr. Mike TV family, you are family for life. Y'all know that. Mr. Carl Haller, much love to your family. I appreciate you being here. But homeboy Derek Floyd, always coming through clutch for the good doc. Appreciate you being here. My boy East House, what's going on? 1967. The homie Jeffrey G. Appreciate you coming through. I'm gonna get you guys real quick and I'm gonna head out. Got things to do. Anti-Gravity 74, man. Much love to you, bruh. Who else we got? I got Eyes On. I see you, family. Thank you for coming through. My boy Terry Edwards, much love to you. Frederick Mason from the great state of North Carolina, much love to you. Lil Dex from Spain. My boy James Miller coming through from Indiana, showing love in the right way. Appreciate the blue tone. That's the way to get it on. Much love to you, family. It's always been real. It's always fun. It's always a good time when a good doc can come through and converse with his people. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I enjoyed being your gracious host for this evening. No, MD, you didn't know it was not a lady boy topic. You just caught it at the wrong time. I'm about to shut it down. That's why. Oh, man. Yeah, Rain Man. HT, he made a video today, so I caught a couple of his videos. And I reach out to him in Facebook Messenger, so I keep up with him. Nah, my lady's not with me, Trent, but I'm gonna be back probably for a little bit. Not too long. Trust me. Trust me. I'm gonna be back before you know it. Promise that. I got some videos that I recorded that I didn't put out yet. Some of the content, just sitting down, hanging out videos that I'm gonna put out soon. We'll see. I don't know when I'm gonna put them out, but yeah, we got them coming. But she's not with me right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun. It has been real, but the good doc has got to say goodbye. So with that being said, the good doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means we are going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.